Hello, in this video, we will discuss some cultural differences you may notice while living in the US. First of all, I want you to take the time to write down 3 cultural differences you think you might experience while in the US. Perhaps these are things you may have already experienced since arriving, or perhaps these are cultural differences you have heard or read about in the past. I will pause briefly to allow you some time to write down 3 cultural differences you think you might experience. Did you come up with a good list? I hope so. In the next slide, we are going to discuss just some of the cultural differences we think you may encounter while you live in the US. Sporting culture is the first one. In the US, you will find that many people get very involved in supporting their professional sports teams. This also extends to college sports. The most popular sport in the US is American football, but there are fanatics of nearly every sport. Fans will get very excited about their teams, and they can also get very defensive about their teams as well. Make sure to take some time to attend an ASU sporting event. If you are here in the fall, I highly recommend checking out a football game and a basketball game. If you are here in the spring, check out basketball and baseball. There are, of course, so many other sports to view, but to get the real fan experience, I would recommend going to a football game. The next item is taxing and tipping at restaurants. We know in many countries, the price you see on an item is the exact price you will pay. However, in the US, most items are taxed between 5% and 8%, so be sure to figure this in when making purchases. In addition to taxes, it is also customary to tip when at a sit-down restaurant. You do not need to tip at a fast food restaurant where you order food at the counter and are not served, although many places like this now encourage tipping. However, if someone is coming to your table, taking your order, serving your food, etc., then you will want to tip between 18 and 25%. Keep in mind that these individuals do not make minimum wage in the US, and they rely on these tips as a large part of their income. So please be aware of this when tipping. Next, in general, you will find Americans to be time-oriented. If someone says an event starts at 9 a.m., it will start at 9:05 at the latest. Americans tend to see time as valuable and can be frustrated when individuals show up late, even to social gatherings or meetings. So if you are going to be late to meet a friend, be sure to notify them in advance so they feel you are respecting their time. Americans also tend to be very friendly. People will greet you at stores. You may pass someone on the street that you do not know, and they may wave. They may also talk to you in a crowded space, which is actually how Americans try to create space in uncomfortable situations. For example, when you are in a crowded line. And although many Americans are rather friendly with strangers, it can take quite a bit of time to develop a strong relationship with an American. The last cultural difference we wanted to note today is that Americans tend to be rather direct and opinionated. Most Americans will be completely comfortable telling you exactly how they feel about something in a very direct manner, even if they may not know you very well yet. Please note that they are not necessarily trying to be rude, but it is just a part of the American individualist spirit. We hope that these few cultural differences help you start thinking about how the United States culture may differ from your home country. Feel free to check out some of the resources provided in this module if you would like to learn more about US culture.